What do people think is cool but really isn't? Okay, I see a lot of people saying smoking. Guys, we know smoking is uncool. We usually do this in a corner somewhere trying to comfort ourselves cause the stress and anxiety build-up is huge. We also hate ourselves with every puff we exhale. We've been trying to leave smoking for years and failed each time. If life was bearable, or if I had the courage to deal with, I will very happily leave that wretched smelling god-awful bitter piece of burning paper. But until then, there's work that needs to be done. And smoking makes us remotely human. Tired smoker. One thing that comes to mind is excessive materialism or flaunting wealth as a sign of success or coolness. While it's natural to appreciate nice things, prioritizing material possessions above all else can often lead to shallow relationships, financial stress, and a lack of fulfillment. True coolness often stems from authenticity, kindness, and meaningful connections rather than materialistic displays. Additionally, trends or behaviors that harm others or perpetuate negativity may be seen as cool by some, but are ultimately harmful and detrimental to society. Motorcycles. The only people who think they're cool are under 12 years old or over 60 years old and male. The remaining people who think they're cool actually have one and wonder why only kids and old men think they're cool. Like ... wow, all the babes. Take it from a young motorcyclist relatively. There are no babes. Chicks do not dig motorcycles. It's funny because they're basically a shibboleth for coolness, like aviator shades and leather jackets. But the vast majority of people just think they're dangerous or dumb. Excess, hedonism, posting on social media, brands of car, clothes, etc. All can engage with learning or work. Not smiling or outwardly showing kindness or vulnerability above all being perceived as high status value by others, the coolest people go unnoticed altogether. Being a workaholic ... I told a new insurance broker I was hiring that he could get back to me the next day since it was already close to 5 p.m. He chuckled and said, "Oh nah, I'm a workaholic. I'll call you later tonight." Without thinking I said, "That's not really the flex you seem to think it is." I felt bad for talking to him that way, but happy when he called me the next day during normal business hours. Being neurotypical, it mostly just results in people self-diagnosing to excuse their shitty behavior that in most cases is not the result of a diagnosable disorder. Also, in some people with real disorders, it has created a culture where people believe they can't be held responsible for negative behaviors or not wanting to improve their state. Being a manager, so many people who manage think it's all about the respect they deserve and not about the hard work they put in to help their employees while doing your own duties. It is exhausting many times when done correctly, and the people who think it's cool usually sit back and say they're good at delegating. Pretending you have empathy seems to be the new norm. Like, sure, if you are genuinely virtuous, you have my full admiration. Flaunting your virtual virtuosity for some worthless internet points just makes you a hypocrite. At least hypocrites pretending to be assholes but genuinely are kind are fun to be around. Adult males wearing sports jerseys, especially the vast majority, have a name on the back of them. Joe Montana only wears his jersey when he's doing a commercial, not to the store or to watching a fucking game. And why would you want to wear someone else's name on your back? For chicks and children only. Being fluent in some language and judging someone who's not. I have friends who take pride in knowing and speaking fluent English, which is not our first language. They make sure they correct others at every time they make grammatical mistakes and laugh when someone can't speak fluent English. Self-harm. I've seen people that got tattoos that resemble self-harm scars on this app. And I can't believe that I even have to say this, but it's not cool. It's hell. I hate that it brings me comfort, and that it's my way of coping with things. Nothing about it is pretty. Proclaiming your support via social media, signs in your window, company announcements, or just talking about it loudly at parties of whatever is the hot political issue of the moment. It is doubly uncool if it is a non-issue made up to stoke the culture wars. presenting and acting like you're a gangster or you are in a gang. Firstly, you look like a cringy cowardly idiot when you act hard to only hide behind your friends while still running your mouth. There are a lot of posers out there. The decades of cool marketing that cigarettes had, but people are starting vaping when there's no need for it because they think it's cool, them quickly addicted to the habit and the need for nicotine. Vape cigarettes. You are the hugest of pussies for not smoking a real cigarette. If you want to die a slow death for cancer, do it like a normal human being. But it's mango flavored. Still a pussy cigarette with a shit smell. Spamming the word hack for some very basic directions and recipes. No. You aren't a cool, edgy hack outlaw for putting olive oil on frozen pizza. A recipe book isn't some mysterious illegal hacker manual. The obsession with celebrity culture. In reality, it's just a distraction from more important issues, perpetuating superficiality and inequality, or promoting unrealistic standards of success and happiness. Gym rats. People that are obsessed with going to the gym. Take gym selfies and just make it their entire personality on social media and IRL. Addiction is never a good thing. Those people need help. Having a massive dick, at least as a heterosexual man. Not that it applies to me, but it's a common sentimentality that bigger is always better. Big enough is all you need, gents. People thinking vaping is for show with everyone. It's legitimately gotten many people off cigarettes. If a young person starts vaping never having smoked, they're ignorant. Fighting. There's nothing cool about getting sparked in the face, breaking your hand, or losing brain cells over stupid shit that could be talked out. Always avoid street fights. Listening to music on speakerphone in public. I shouldn't be forced to hear someone's crappy music, especially when I can't get away from it. Like at a restaurant or on a bus. Travel bragging. Very common on dating apps. I don't care how many places you've been. No, I couldn't care less where you're going next. Stop flaunting your wealth. Being a minority, FYI I'm one too. But to me it's all about equality and inclusion. And it's not cool to be like, hey, I got this job, and I'm Zayas that's a minority. Bragging about how hard you are, whilst causing everyone else shit around you. Bonus points if you're overweight, jobless and never matured beyond 14. Half-assing things, not doing them properly, completely. Smoking and alcohol, sexualization of everything. Non-SI units, generally not caring. Smoking, cigarette breath smells disgusting and addiction is just unattractive. And vaping isn't any better even if it doesn't make your breath reek. Leopard print, fake nails, stealing from family, and neglecting their kids. My cousin does all this, and I've been reporting her. Nothing works. Influencers. They are narcissists that believe they are holier than thou, and their viewers eat it all up for whatever reason that is beyond me. Buying crappy, horribly expensive clothes for the simple fact that they conveniently have a giant print that says Gucci or Louis Vuitton. Smoking, drinking, and self-harming habits in general. Apparently, it's cool to damage your body and be an unproductive pos these days. Wearing your jeans halfway down to your knees with your underwear ass all hanging out. Like who in the actual fuck come up with that? Using mental illness like a fashion accessory. There's nothing cool about wishing I could go to sleep and not wake up the next day. Designer products, it just tells me you're not very financially responsible and care too much about how strangers see them. Playing your music loud enough that it can be heard clearly outside your car or home. You're not cool. You're just rude. People who do the peace sign or stupid duck lips pout in every photograph. Urge to throw fists is quite strong. Blasting music while riding by on a scooter or bicycle. Blasting music while hiking. Blasting music on the bus. Trying to be or to do anything cool after you're an adult. No one cares. Everyone minds their own business. Loud, annoying, stupid, ugly motorcycles. People think everyone wants to sleep with people with loud motorcycles. Definitely comebacks. Imagine wasting the energy on a worthless, meaningless meatbag who doesn't deserve it. Not smoking cigarettes. Everyone knows it makes you look cool. And that's more than enough reason to start. Piercings. Earrings are okay, but piercings on the stomach and tongue, stuff like that is gross for me. Cycling in the dark without lights, driving recklessly close to cyclists, horse rider or anything else, modifying the exhaust on your shitty car so that it goes up down my damn street every day. LOL celebrities, toddlers with money, throwing tantrums loud enough for the world to hear. Grow up. People who smoke weed, like bro you aren't cool. It's very unattractive and makes you look stupid. If they think it's cool. But self-diagnosing mental illnesses sure seems to be on the rise. Super fake eyelashes, heavy fake eyebrows, crazy long fake fingernails, especially the pointy ones. Driving like it's the Indy 500, weaving in and out of traffic as if everyone else is in your way. Playing loud music in your car while your window is rolled down. Life isn't a music video, chill. Being an asshole. You see this a lot on here. I guess it makes some people feel superior, talking about how important they were in high school, or really in general. No one cares. Vaping. People think you are cool, but in reality you are destroying your lungs day by day. Pants that are so tight around your legs that you look like you skip leg day constantly. Gossiping about others as a form of bonding or trying to appear popular or above others. Filming yourself while on top of a building just to get a few likes. Who the fuck cares? Boasting about functioning on limited hours of sleep. That can damage one's brain.